war. For centuries, the world was engulfed in never-ending strife and chaos. Elves fighting dwarves, dwarves fighting men, orcs fighting everyone. The common folk were bled dry, poverty, famine, disease. Secluded in his tower, researching forbidden magic secrets, the Archmage Hieronymus Teller made an extraordinary discovery. A wild, unknown type of magic with tremendous power. Spells of mass destruction capable of obliterating any city in one strike. Driven by the hope of ending all wars, he launched the spell on a small village. A gigantic, dark ball of purple flames fell from the sky and smashed into the town's center, leaving only ruin, lifeless bodies, and purple fumes. The whole royal family of a neighboring kingdom was present at that time. They all died. The king, mad with grief, ordered his mages to research this new magic. He made his mages unleash hell on the neighboring capital city. Several 100,000 died. The tremor shook all of the kingdoms. All of them researched the purple magic. The sky was constantly flashing purple bursts. Thundering explosions were heard every hour. War was no more, only annihilation. There was no turning back. At some point, the explosions stopped, a resounding silence. A strange mist started to aggregate around the remaining cities. Small groups of survivors started to gather. The mist around them was thickening. At night, they had to defend against attacks from strange monsters. They called them Claws. They appointed a leader, the commander, and started rebuilding roofs and defenses, a new haven. Most mages were hanged, or worse, in retribution. Some of them, fearing for their lives, tried to find an answer. They found a way. A spell. The last spell. They built a circle of power to channel their combined magic. The goal was simple, yet nearly impossible. Channel enough energy to summon and break the seals of magic, banishing all magic from this world forever. But when comes the night, terrifying, mutated creatures appear. They come out of the mist to kill. The survivors' only hope is to fight night after night and protect these mages at any cost until the last spell is cast. Hello friends, and welcome to The Last Spell. Now before we jump into this campaign, this new series, I do want to say that this is still in early access, and I don't typically play a lot of games in early access. There has to be something special about them, and I believe it is this that caught my attention. So somebody had suggested this game some time ago, and I really wish I knew who that was. I'd love to give a thanks for that. I had put it on my wish list, I think it was about a month ago, and the Steam summer sale came around and it went on sale, and I thought, you know, I'll give it a try. I downloaded it, and I could not stop listening to this song. It is just so good. So a major shout out to Remy Gallego. I'm not sure if I'm butchering that at all. I'm pretty sure I am. He is the artist behind the music for this game, which is developed by Ishtar Games and published by a slew of publishers, the Arcade Crew, Gamera Games, and Dangan Entertainment. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Multiple publishers. I assume maybe it's probably because of different languages or different parts of the world might be the reason behind that. But regardless, there is something special in this game, in The Last Spell, and I figured it would be a good time to share it with you all. So we're going to jump into a new campaign. This is not going to be a campaign in the sense that you might think of Battle Brothers or Gloomhaven. The Last Spell is more of I want to say it's a tower defense game, but it's also roguelike. So when you do die, you do have these currencies that carry over abilities and things that you unlock, so that when you play it again, when you lose, because I will surely be losing very quickly, it will carry over some of the things that you have unlocked and some of these currencies, so that you can have a kind of an easier time, or maybe a more prepared campaign run in the future. Now, I've already gone through, I think I've made it, the furthest I've ever made it was, I want to say 4 days. It was tough. It is a very difficult game. So I think it will fit right in to the narrative of this channel pretty well. Difficult games with a lot of replayability. So we're going to go into a tutorial, basically, where we will surely lose very quickly, just to show us the way to play and some of the mechanics and things like that. And I'll go through this with you guys, and I'll explain a little bit along the way, as much as I understand, and I don't understand very much, but from what I do understand, I can explain a little bit. So we want to defend the last bastion of humanity with your squad of heroes, exterminate fiendish monsters with magic and brute force by night, and rebuild your battered city defenses by day. It kind of has a bit of Darkest Dungeon, a little bit. You do want to build up this city, and you get these kind of characters or classes. I'm not sure how many there are available. You get them at random, and they all have these kind of positive and negative traits that impact their statistics, and there's quite a bit of statistics here. So the goal: protect the magic circle that the mages cast the last spell. You lose if the magic circle is destroyed or all of your heroes are dead. Position your heroes, place them just outside the city. During night, all of the city stash and everything is unavailable, and we'll see which direction that they're going to be coming from here in a moment. So, moving the camera around, we can see that they're going to be coming from here. You can also click here, and it's going to jump to where they're coming from, and we can kind of click if we choose our I almost want to say brothers, but our heroes, I guess, is what they're going to be called here. We have first Paloma, Alicia, and Grigory. Grigory looks like he might be an elf, maybe. But he's got a shield and a wand. Alicia is going to be carrying a wooden short bow. And then we have a rusty hammer and another shield too. This is all random because the first time I played this, neither of them had shields. So it's kind of nice, actually. I'd like to see that. But they're going to be coming in from here. This is the mist that I was referring to, the purple mist, where the enemies will be coming from. We can't do any harm to any of the enemies in the mist, but as they come through, we'll be able to hit them with our abilities. But the first thing we want to do is just, get into position. We'll be doing range attacks with Alicia. Paloma will be up front, dealing the melee damage, and Grigory is going to be doing. You can see the range there. So in some cases, you can't hit anyone that's adjacent to you. And this one is we're able to help one of our allies, and then we also have magical abilities that will consume mana, but we only have a certain amount of mana, and it recuperates pretty slowly. But we can see here that for him, his regen is 10. That's not too bad at all. So I think I'll do something like that. And this is just straight up part of the tutorial. It's going to give us a little bit of, hey, click on here, do this. And then it throws us right into the game after that tutorial. Okay, so we will end the deployment phase now. Deployment. Here come the enemies. There's this thing called City Panic. And as they get... it'll probably explain some things here. Yeah. So we fight them until they're all dead. Move the heroes and use their skills in any order you like. Once they're done, comes the horde's turn. Any enemy within the haven, which is up in here, or damaging its buildings will cause some panic. At the end of the night, the panic level determines the reward. So the more panic, the least amount, or the less amount of rewards that we'll get out of it. We don't want any panic, or the least that we can handle it. Health and mana are not fully restored every day, so we have to be very careful about these things. They do restore slightly, but not all the way. And consult the character sheet for each hero's daily health mana regen. Heroes have 2 different weapon sets. I mean, listen to this music, right? I almost need to take off my headset because it's just going to distract me, I think. And can swap freely between them at any time. Right, so we can have, maybe we want to have some ranged, like a bow for our melee. I'm forgetting his name or her name already, but we can give her a bow, and then as they get closer we can swap in, something like that, or maybe give them other weapons too. So and it's free to swap. That's pretty nice. Any attribute modifier granted by the weapon is always applied, even for the weapon set that is not currently active. I did not know that. Huh. That's really cool. So you can gain block if you have a shield and it's not active. I think that's what that's saying. Heroes' available skills depend on the gear they have equipped. And skill hotkey 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And then undo move. I love this. I love that. Okay, so these are the enemies that we're going to be going up against. Here's a Clar. They're all Clars. This one's armored, though. And they all come in with something like 4 movement, 100 health. They deal 23 to 28 damage, but some of these other ones... let's see here. I guess all of them are Clars. This one just has 105 armor. You have to get through the armor before you're able to do any health damage to it. But, interestingly enough, all armor, no matter who's wearing it, where it is restored at the start of every round. or turn or whatever. So if we don't get through all of this armor, that's something we're going to have to redo again in the next round. So unless we're going to be dealing some death blows to armored units, I tend to just leave them alone a little bit. But anyway, let's get to killing here. You can see melee attacks, but we can do some crush ability that's going to impact a couple hexes. These are the hexes that we can click onto, so we can do this or that. Then this one looks something like this, depending on where we click on it. But we can, I believe there is friendly fire. There almost certainly is friendly fire. I've seen them do friendly fire to themselves. That's pretty interesting. So, okay. So we get to move. We can fight or shoot or do whatever we want, and then we can move again, which is pretty nice. I think we'll just start launching. Everybody starts off with 4 action points. These each cost 1. This costs 2 action points and 2 mana, 2 and 4. Or we can use Brace, is just going to give us some extra armor for the round. We always have the ability to punch. But understanding that mana is very powerful, it creates these powerful abilities or spells, but if we use it all too quickly, then it's just going to, it won't recuperate as fast. So what I'm doing here is wounding them. You can see it up at the top over here. It says because they've taken enough damage, right? You can see the thresholds up here. It says that they will do less panic, 1 less panic. They move -2 move points, and they do 40% less damage. So making them walk slowly is something I think that I've learned pretty quickly. We can just kill them too. I'm gonna move over here, hit them, and we'll wait until next turn. Nobody's gonna be able to get up to him, so we'll just kind of stay where we are. I'm gonna do kind of the same thing. And right there. There. So again, we've slowed them all down. That's going to be something that I'm just going to be focusing on a little bit. As for her, let's see here. I don't think anybody can get to her, so I'm going to move up a little bit. Oh, okay, this one does get adjacent. If they're standing at the corner, they don't attack. I'm not sure if that's everybody, but from what I've learned so far, they only attack if they're directly adjacent to you. And okay, so I'm just gonna end it as is. They both have gone enough. I'm just gonna end it. Here comes a lot more enemies, right? So what I'm gonna use here is magic missiles on the 4 that I've attacked before. And they can dodge too, as you can see there. So that used a little bit of mana, but that's good. We've taken out 3 of them pretty quickly. There are some really quick ones, but I'm not seeing any here. Let's see here. Let's move up 1. This is a pretty major hit. 1 more. We can clear this one. And let's see here. Let's see about taking out some others. This power shot's going to deal a lot more, but it's a little bit more inaccurate versus this one. Precise shot does, the normal amount of damage, but there's no increase to their dodge. As you can see at the bottom there, this makes it 1.5 times inaccurate, but it does hit like a truck. Alright. Ooh, no, I want that one. Give me that. Okay, so yeah, nobody's going to be making it up to here. I think what I'm going to do here is just how much? We only have 10 armor. Okay. Yeah, that's not very good at all, but let's do this. We'll clear these two. Whoops. And then we'll back up to here. That should be far enough. Oh boy. Here they come, right? So let's start dealing some pretty big hits. Let's see here. Clear. And this is a 6% increase in dodge. If we click on, how can we see? Character sheet, there it is. We can pull up, these are all of the statistics, the regeneration, critical power is increased by 15% because of Brawler? Yeah, Brawler. So this is like their background, and then they have a positive trait, a negative trait. Will be gaining experience a bit slower, but skill range is increased for Eagle Eye. Interesting. As you can see, a lot of information, and we can pull this stuff off, change all of this. This increases, decreases some of their statistics. They have other slots, or they can gain more slots by gaining perks. And all of these things, these are secondary attributes. Lifetime stats. Wow, I didn't go down that far, but so we can increase these with level ups. We also gain perks with each level up. All right. So, how shall we do this? Couple dodges. This one's really nice too. In a pinch, you can be taking out a ton of enemies. But we're standing right there. That's probably a bad thing to go for, right? Let's go for that hex. Or that location. Yep. We can even, since it's on the edge here, you can press F and turn it a little bit. But when it's over here, it has to be in this formation. So you can see as I go around, it changes that formation a little bit. Man, this music. Alright, right there looks like a good place. Okay. Now I think we want to back up a little bit. That's good. And maybe let's just back up to here. It looks like only one's going to be getting there. Gonna have to go for some of this a bit more. And then another thing is we can only use these a certain amount of times per turn. So I can only use Sword of Damocles 4 times per turn. This transfer 2 times per turn. Magic missiles 2 times. We can use evasion 2 times, so we could sit here and just go evade, evade. That'll give us 12% dodge. What is his dodge at the moment? Let's see here. His dodge is 15%, so we could increase that by another 12%, putting that at 27. It's not great, but it might get rid of some incoming damage, right? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. So we'll do that. And then nicely done. And then we're going to want to back up, but oops, before we do go too far, I do want to hit them to slow down that. Okay. I think we're in a good place here. They're doing damage. Let's get this right there, I think. Good. That does look pretty tasty. Yeah. Ah, okay. So we'll probably want to back up. Let's see about dealing some killing blows here first, though. Oh, okay, just back up a couple, one more. We're just gonna do some Fabian tactics here and let them come to me. Alright, maybe I want to do something like that. Let's do this first. Now we'll back up a little bit. We'll get this stomp ready here soon. We can build these. These are just barricades. But we can build those. We can build walls. And then this is our town for the tutorial, at least. We have a temple that we can use to heal. If we don't feel like we healed enough from our normal regeneration. These are houses that we get to build, and they have little workers in them. Basically our population of our small town here. And this is our goal, is to protect the magic circle. And we just have the one mage working on that at the moment. Okay. I think we want to do something like this now. Nice. I wonder, do they feel pain? That's a good question. This one ends up stunning. It's a 60% chance for them to be stunned for a turn. So we don't have to worry about those two. That's pretty good. I think we'll go here, try and finish these two. That's good. I have 3 movement. Let's see about what we can do with this first. So, power shot. Power shot. Nice. And then let's do a little bit more here. So you can see they don't regenerate. When they take damage, they're wounded. I don't think that they regenerate anything. They just... that's the amount of movement and damage that they produce from now on. So that was 80. We're not through the armor yet. Let's try that again. There we go. That was pretty good. Okay. I'm going to move over... So let's keep backing up. Let's see, there. There we go. One more health left. Okay, end that turn. So you can see that I don't think City Panic is up yet. These are just barricades that they're attacking. I don't know if they necessarily target them on purpose or if they just end their turn next to them and then because they're just by chance standing next to some barricade or barrels or whatever, they just start attacking them. I'm going to say that's probably it. And we're going to be doing 64 to 84 damage. That's not enough to get through the armor. So let's maybe do something like this, and we'll try that again. There we go. Alright, next. So I think the format of this is basically I'll play for about an hour or so. Maybe I'll increase it a little bit as I get more comfortable with the game, or into the series here. Nice. I think that was a critical, probably, and we'll go until I lose. Probably just going to go again after that too. I don't really want to just lose and then call it a game. I'd like to see some of what this game can bring. I think that looks like a really good game, honestly, guys. Finish them both off. Leveled up. That's great. 3 alive. No HP loss, and all are dead. That's good. They share experience too. They don't take the experience from what they kill. I think I like that. I don't know. I guess it would be kind of too bad if it could be a bummer if maybe one of your heroes did a bunch of killing and then the other ones couldn't catch up because of that. So okay, we've a new item, materials, and gold. We use gold to purchase some buildings, and materials are used for building defenses. And I don't know what S is. S seems to be better than A. Like A, B, C, D, E, F, S seems to be the best. So they're going to come from this way, and it looks like the, okay, production phase. The purple mist has increased its, or decreased its distance to the city center. Assign workers to build to buildings as tasks. We can build. We can gain gold and materials from the ruins. We can get rid of the ruins and upgrade the heroes. Rusty sword to steel sword +5. Yeah, that's gonna happen on day 1, I think. So something I do like about this portion of the game is that it gives you everything that you can do. Like, you have gold, you have materials available, so it shows that you can spend them instead of, you know, going through everything and realizing, oh man, like I totally forgot you could do that, or maybe you didn't know you could do that. So primary attributes. This is pretty cool. Except I rolled all commons, but there are different rarities for the level up. So in a way, it's Battle Brothers again, like 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. But instead, you just get these chances, and I don't think you get, like, for your primary attribute, I don't know if it's the same for everybody. I think because he's ranged, maybe you'll see more ranged, I don't know. But it does say magic damage too. Then we go to our magic damage Grigory. And it see here, there says rare. So I believe there's common, uncommon, rare, and then legendary maybe. I think there's a step above rare. But yeah, we'll go for, well, you're the magic, so we don't want to do ranged damage for you, but we can increase this by 5%. Resistance decreases the incoming damage. Armor, I've shown before, it's just a protective layering, preventing health loss, and fully restored every turn. Move points. Ooh. I might take the move points in this case, but magic damage 5% increase. That does sound good too. But I think I want to take move points. Then we get a secondary attribute. Let's see here. Yeah, common, rare. This daily mana regen would be really good since he's going to be dealing a lot of magic damage. So that's probably a good thing to go for. But accuracy is a reduction applied to the dodge of targeted enemies, so it reduces their dodge. Reliability increases the minimum damage of an attack. So at the moment, let's see here, it says 56 to 76. If we increase the reliability, then the minimum damage will increase by 10%. We can see these values here as well. Oh, okay. Tactician reduces your damage output by 5%. Alright. Okay, level up. But I think this daily mana regen is a good idea. At the moment, it's 4 is the base, plus 6 for traits. Is it Mystic? It's Mystic, okay. So we'll go for that. Again, this is all going to just go away. I just want to get through this tutorial and show you what's going on, and we'll jump into the actual game probably next time. Let's see here. We can grab a trait. So these are all different too, and I really like that too. They're not all going to be the same. I don't know if it's because she's a brawler. So this is the brawler. I don't know if that's how that works, or if it's just always going to be random, and this is also random too. Don't know. Let's see, let's go back to Grigory though. So this just increases flat the amount of mana that we can have, the maximum mana we have. Right now it's plus 4, increased by 2 for each level of the hero. So that would be plus 2 times 2 because we'll be level 2. So it will be 8 mana total. I like that idea. Perseverance. Quick reload. Coagulation. Armor is increased by 110% of the hero's daily health regen. Interesting, but mana growth. I like mana growth. If you're going to be using a lot of mana in general, then increasing the mana and mana regen is probably a good thing. So that's what you get every level up. You get a perk and then a couple attribute stat increases. All common. But you do have a hammer. Maybe I just go for the 5%. We could go for dodge. Your dodge at the moment is 15. Your gear, 7% for dodge from that. And then 3 from the fur pants. Okay. We're also getting 10 armor from that. Let's just go physical damage in this case. Mana regen again. Yeah. Momentum. A modifier applied to the damage per tile that you're moving. So every time you move a tile, you gain this increase of damage. Deals bonus damage per tile traveled by the caster this turn, including any follow and maneuver except for teleportations. The bonus is reset upon casting skill with momentum. Huh. I feel like momentum would be good with that hammer, because then we walk up to the enemy and smash, right? Resistance reduction. So we can increase our resistance. That might be a good thing too. She's going to be up on the front line. She doesn't have a lot of mana, so I feel like this probably isn't going to be the right thing. We'll just stick with the hammer in that case. Maybe resistance. Let's go resistance. Make her a little bit more resistant. Sprint unlocks the sprint skill, allowing to restore health. We can get more move points for health. I don't know what the 3 move points for 10 health. Okay. That doesn't sound too exciting. Coagulation will give us 9 armor flat up. I might take that, because as we increase, maybe this will increase as well. I'm not sure. A maximum of 750. Oh. Wow, that's incredible. Let's go coagulation. Maybe I can increase that health regen. I'm not sure how, but none of the other ones really look too interesting. And finally, Alicia. So she's going to be our ranger. Maybe increasing the dodge. At the moment it's 6, so if we give 14, that'll put it to 22. That's not too bad. We can do these rerolls, but every time you do a reroll, it will drop. I think I hit this once, and it got rid of 2 options. It's always random, too. You're not going to get a reroll of random range damage, magic damage, armor damage. No. It's all of these are replaced, and their values are replaced, too. Huh. I think maybe I'll take she's gonna take range damage. Stun chance, an uncommon there, sounds pretty good. This isolation is cool too, because it just, as long as they're not adjacent to any of their allies, they'll take increased damage. Yeah, let's go for stun chance, I think. So we have an 8% chance to stun at any given time. Perks. Perseverance. Quick reload. Leapfrog. Coagulation again. Fatality. Every 3 enemies killed, 1 daily mana regen. And the modifier is reset. Oh, so every time she kills 3, she'll be able to recover 1 extra on the next day. And then it's reset again. So that one sounds pretty good. Then I can be going for her heavier ones more often. I like the sound of that. Okay. Then here is our reward. Looks like fur pants. We can look at everybody's gear to check out how it compares. I was thinking to give it to Paloma, because it is, well, it's the same as what she has, but 10% crit power. I like the sound of that. Worn pants increases the reliability, and the short bow. Short bow plus 1 versus the wooden short bow is increasing, what, it's 6 and 13, and then it increases the reliability too. Well, that one sounds pretty good. So I'm going to take that. You can only choose one of these. We'll give that to Alicia now. We can build new structures. So we can build a temple, but we have a temple right there. We can build a mana well, which does the same thing as the temple, but for mana. So we can just flat heal our people. But in this case, you know, it says here we can heal. We need to use a worker in order to do it, but we can restore 75 health. So the mana well does the same thing, but for a much lesser amount of mana in the shop. So I don't think we're going to be purchasing anything yet. Unless I get the mana. Let's get that mana well, sure. Oh, but that's right. We can spend it here instead. So let's go over to Paloma, right? No. Alicia. We'll give her that. Then we can sell this off at the shop. Oh, but they got a nice... That sounds pretty good too. We have 100 gold, 103 gold now. Potion of health. Lightning strike. This is an effective propagation, so an 85% times 9. So it deals 85% of the damage to up to 9 targets that are adjacent to each other. And it has a use of 2 per night, but limited 1 per turn. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. It uses 7 mana, though. Teleportation scroll. Here. I'm going to get some medium armor. Male coif. Looks pretty good. And a shield. The focus ring costs 42. We have 54. Experience. Wow, 30% in experience, but 9% damage reduction. And it also gives you another action point. Oh, I like the sound of that. Let's head back here. We'll get all this stuff. I think this looks like a good thing for Alicia. She'll be able to fire again and one more time, basically, so that we can kill more and then increase our mana regeneration. For Paloma, I'll give you that shield. And I kind of like doing this. This is how I've been playing for the most part. Get the front line melee beefed up. So now she has armor of 39. That means she could take a hit, basically one hit, without taking any damage. Okay, but she has 15% dodge, 8% resistance, and 5 block. Negates a portion of incoming damage. That's not bad at all. Okay, we'll sell these back off again. How much more? 18. What's this? Just the wand. How does that compare to a novice wand? Sure. Why not? Alright. So that's all of our money. Now we can build some defenses. They're going to be coming from this direction. So we can build these barricades anywhere, but the walls have to be with, like, in the city, in the haven. So I don't think it's really all that necessary, but I'll put out stuff like that. This is just the tutorial, guys. I don't usually go through this crazy. Okay. Can we repair anything? No. And now we'll want to bring everybody over here, of course. So let's do that. There we go. We can jump over these. We can actually jump over walls and things like that. We can shoot through the walls too, which I find pretty cool. We can assign our builders. So we can demolish this for some more gold or a whole bunch of materials. There we go. And now there's more spaces for them. They can't be adjacent to each other, which I found kind of interesting. Like if we want to build... Oh, we don't have any money. But if we want to build something, we can't build in a hex that's adjacent, a square that's adjacent to another building. All right. We're ready to go. Let's go. What's gonna happen? Whoa, that was a big hit. Was it a big hit? No, okay, it just went through the armor and then dealt a little bit more damage. It looked like it was a big hit. Okay, let's get going. Unlimited. These guys are pretty big, the splitters. They deal more damage. They have like a weird sweeping attack, and they hit harder. There we go. Nice. Dodged. Great. And we'll just stay where we are. Return. Ah. I cannot do this alone. Hold it together, man. Oh man. Dodged. Well done. Yeah, see, they've got some pretty interesting attacks against them, or friendly fire for themselves. Let's try to just take out as much as possible, right? Nice. A booyah. Okay, so you're all done. Over here, let's see here. No. We'll back up a little bit. I mean, we're not meant to win this. This one is the end of the tutorial. Okay. What can we do here? That's pretty cool. I like where this is going. So we're gaining 4 daily mana now. And if we kill enemies to kill, so 2 more and it'll increase another 1. I like that one. I don't think I understood that the first time around. Let's actually get in the middle of this. Let's do it again, huh? Oh, that's beautiful. Back up. Try and take out as much of these as possible now. Okay. I think that's everything. Yeah, it didn't work out, did it? And that is what happens when you fail. And then there's this, which was a very interesting, weird surprise. But this is the roguelike part of the game. Welcome to the Oraculum Commander. What the? Lower your vice, fool, or you will get us caught, and all will be for naught. The Oraculum is what I said. Are you deaf beyond dead? A rather formidable place, if I do say so myself, deep inside your mind, deep inside your head. I am the shadows, I am the dark, I am the pain deep inside your heart. Don't tell the other one, for I will help you. Let it be a little devious secret between you and me. Would you be so kind as to partake of those useless souls you collected from the slain? In exchange, I will share powers and secrets to help in your formidable quest. Right. So, tainted essence is what we gain for killing enemies, and right now we have 200. So we can... This took me a while to figure out that you have to hold the the clicker down, the mouse button down, in order to spend it. I thought I was about to click it 200 times, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute. So yeah, Armor Maker is something we can unlock, and mana. Heroes are generated with +8 mana. So if we do unlock this, and we fail and have to start over again, they're generated with some more mana to make the next experience a little bit easier. Or more prepared, at least. Maybe not easier. And now to the light. Rejoice, O earth and sea, for I have come with gifts in hand. Fear not, mortal, I wish thee no harm. I am but a gleam, a mere refraction of what I could become. A whisper in the dawn. I was two, but now I am one. So maybe the other one is over there and we're just not supposed to talk about that. Nowhere and everywhere we dwell, deep down and high above. Cometh to me whenever thou achievest mighty deeds, and I shall reward thou and thy people. And let us all rejoice, for thou will live again until thy work here is done. Now go, my prodigal herald of hope, and cometh again. Gildenberg. So I think, what was it? Play one run in Swampfurt, which was the tutorial. So we get to, as we gain things, this says complete a run in Gildenberg. For mixed weapons set 2, survive a night at or under level 1 of City Panic in Gildenberg. Do that 5 times, and so on and so forth. This isn't really... I think it just kind of gives you, like, when you're in the development phase of the Haven, it tells you, hey, you've unlocked something. So I don't really look into this until it says you've unlocked something. I don't sit here and go, I need 316 materials, and then try and get that done. No, it just happens. It just happens. Okay, back. Leave. And this is what I assume the game actually is. It looks like we are on an island that is besieged by this purple mist. And maybe we have to push it back? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what that is. Maybe that was the tutorial. I don't know. But here's Gildenberg. And we get to choose whatever, you know, difficulty we'd like. I've played both, and I'm probably going to be playing on easy mode for at least a couple runs, because I got absolutely destroyed on standard difficulty. Now it was fun, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I'm gonna go with easy mode. But I don't actually understand what the difference is between standard and easy mode if I don't click any of these. And I haven't been clicking them. All I've been doing is playing on easy mode. But there's no other information about what the difference is. We can start with an extra hero. But from my understanding, if you are sharing your experience, then starting with an extra hero might not be the best. Like, you're not going to increase your... you're not going to level up as fast if you have to split that experience with others. Now, it might help. You have somebody else to help with the attacks. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like it should be helpful, right? But maybe you're going to level up much slower. So anyway, in the next episode, I will start in Gildenberg on easy mode, and maybe we'll step it up to standard difficulty after a run, or maybe 2, depending on how far I get this next time, and we'll go from there. Cool. Well, I am very much looking forward to this kind of series. I don't know for how long this is going to go for. Maybe we'll go through a couple runs and see what comes from it, but I think this is going to fit into the channel extremely well. It's a very difficult game, turn-based combat, hex or, you know, space or square movement, deal some attacks that cost action points. It all fits in very well, I think. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and looking forward to the rest of this series as much as I am. You can let me know by leaving a like or a comment. If you're feeling extra generous, you can follow the link in the description to buy me a coffee, which will help fuel me for making more great and fun content like this in the future for you. With that, thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time.